In 1983, during a beautiful midsummer day in Lizori, Professor Meneghetti talked about living cuisine for the first time. If we wish to be in good health and maintain the beauty of our youth, we need to achieve a sublime lifestyle in the art of living cuisine too. Living cuisine means redefining the whole culinary tradition, and this is exactly the aim of Camisena restaurant in Lizori. Living cuisine requires the understanding of the inner liveliness of natural elements in relation to our organismic functioning and aesthetic pleasure. In this way, eating becomes an encounter in which nature becomes lyrical creativity.
The Camisena could only have been born here. Here, the real taste of living cuisine can be expressed. Living cuisine requires three elements: place, habitat, environment, the genius loci, and so nature, taste, the birth of products from a place, a vital, able, healthy person, as well as a technique. This is a very ancient village, and we try to recall the dishes of the old days. We also rediscovered very ancient recipes, actually recipes from the 17th century. We looked for old cookery books and recipes in library books. Tomatoes didn't exist here back then, so people didn't use it. As you can see, this lamb comes from our mountains, and this kind of meat is local canina. As for pasta, I make all of it.
So to make a living cuisine, we need to have natural products at our disposal. Lizori is a true natural vegetable garden.
Vegetation is extremely rich in Lizori. Even all the herbs growing on the walls are biotypes recovered by Professor Meneghetti during the restoration process. So the walls often alternate the stones and earth they're made of, and interesting plants can be found. Not only are there some ornamental plants like ferns, but there are also edible ones used in cooking. For example, wall rocket, mint, capers, even chicory grow either in little vegetable gardens or in little narrow clefts, where there's a bit of soil or even in the middle of stones. Why? Because in ancient times, walls used to be built by using local earth, so it's obviously a very rich earth from which plants still spring today. Through the Camesena, in fact, it has been possible to rediscover ancient cuisine using the herbs growing back here on our hill. Nobody picks all these herbs anymore because you no longer see those little old men who would go up and gather them. Now we've rediscovered these herbs. Fennel seasons all our roasts. This is cacio e lepre. You can prepare good omelettes with it, or you can cook it on its own. This is pimpinellone, which is very rich tasting, and you can make salads with it. This is elder. The flour can be battered and fried, and when it's ripe you can make liqueurs, jams and fruit jellies with it. This is vitabio. You only pick its tips to make omelettes or eat as vegetables. When customers come here, they find a friendly environment, and we're very glad and pleased to welcome customers who appreciate our cuisine. Of course, cooking over wood is the best way to cook food because, in practice, by using specific kinds of aromatic, fragrant wood, for example that of peach trees, cherry trees, almond trees, olive trees, as they burn, they give back their original aroma to the food. So I must say that cooking these products in a wood-burning oven using olive tree wood is really the tops of the good taste of living cuisine, which you can experience and taste here in Lizori.
So when customers come here to the Camesena, they really choose it, want it, long for it, and they love it, because here, through the appreciation of good food, they can get back in touch with nature, with the environment, with something they're part of.
It'll be my great pleasure to welcome you here at the Camesena, to see you enjoy the food, air and natural environment of Lizori, a place that loves you, envelops you, embraces you and looks forward to receiving you. See you at the Camesena.